George. Let me introduce you to the best lunch you'll have in all of Arkham. Are you ready for this? Are
Hmm.
your taste buds ready for the sweet, sweet, syrupy smell of waffles? Welcome to Waffle World. Wendy, your server, is getting your favorite breakfast. George? What do you eat? What's your favorite breakfast?
Uh, well, I'm gonna get the regular breakfast: eggs over easy, sausage, rye toast.
She's like, okay, yeah, coming right up. Oh, did you want something to drink?
Uh, no, no.
She's like,
Wendy, did you know
nothing.
that Bill Gates is making fake snow? It burns instead of melts.
She kind of smiles at you very, very politely, George, and um, uh, moves on rather quickly. Uh, George, you have you have access to like wireless. Would you be reading Reddit here, maybe by chance?
Uh,
I mean, sorry, Ralph Sykes, Ralph, of course.
uh, yeah, I'd probably have an account under just an extra email address. He'd have like not under his primary one.
Just
Uh,
trolling on one of
yeah,
those guests, one of those, like not really logged in. All right, well, because you get the first lead in tonight's mystery, and it comes in the form of a Reddit post to r/supernatural mysteries. So I'll go ahead and show that to you and everybody else um, as you give it a gander. You're two mysterious deaths that occurred, both professors at Miskatonic University, Declan O'Sullivan and Bridget O'Malley, seemingly died in strange, perhaps supernatural ways, both involved with accidental deaths that involved hallucinations. Of course, Ralph, this can't be just a coincidence. There's more to this. You know it. And leave it up to you, and of course the rest of the hunters to crack it. Currently, let's see. We've also got. Oh, guess what? Ezekiel, you are in the doghouse.
I
Your
am.
your former handler, Elder Thomas, has been excommunicated from the communion of man. He now presumably roams the streets of Arkham looking for something to patch up his life. And you have been sent, and Father Patrick has now been put in charge of you, Ezekiel. And you're to help here at the Lighthouse Parish. He says, the real monster is a mundane thing that grows the very hearts of man. Ezekiel, you must learn to fight that monster on this front. He points towards basically a soup kitchen that he's currently getting set up, and you are, basically doing all of the work for it currently. Very, very tied up. Both hands very busy, and it's been a while since you've been let out there, Ezekiel. That'll be your starting situation in all of this, just so that you're aware.
Yes, Father.
Uh,
As to help out the common man.
He actually, that's good. You should take a lesson from your former handler. And,
I,
we'll fade to, Bobby, you're probably at Frankie's.
What? More than likely, yeah. What time is it?
Between cases. It's morning.
This morning. I'll probably be at Frankie's having a coffee, smoking, and reading the paper.
Makes
Did you get a
sense.
new mirror?
For my apartment? No, I'm gonna leave it smashed for a while, purely for aesthetics.
That's those. We've got to see that at one point or another. And of course at the Cirque de Curio. Oh, we're probably patching up and cleaning up since since the events that occurred not too long ago. But I don't think you're in any trouble. You didn't spend a luck point, so there haven't added any to anybody. Nobody's come out of the woodwork yet, other than Grimsby, of course, who has been very quiet. Except for every once in a while you hear there's a large flash of light and the sound of electricity, and you hear, "Motherfucker! God fucking damn it!" And then it goes really quiet again for a day and a half or so. But Arlie, you're probably still getting set up. It's early days at the circus, coming to town.
Yeah. And Arlie definitely knows better than to mess with whatever the hell he's doing. It's probably necessary, and he sounds angry, so fuck that. Got better things to do.
All right. Speaking of better things to do, I think it's best we go back to George and see what happens with our early lead and hook. So George, your breakfast, it's come back. You haven't had time to eat it, let alone digest it, but have you had a little bit of time to digest the Reddit post?
Yeah. Hallucinations, staff, other worlds. So I just essentially
The
take my
waitress is
toast.
looking really, really nervous at you.
Oh, as I'm just speaking out loud. I grab a piece of toast, dip it in the eggs. Need someone with solid head on their shoulders. See things as they actually are. So pull out one of my a different phone, one of my burner phones from my Faraday bag, and send Bobby a message. Ask him to meet me at Miskatonic U before throwing some cash on the table. Good eggs. And running out the door.
She just kind of looks at you like everybody else does. Like they're all turning as if just weirded out. You're heading to Miskatonic University.
Yeah.
So Bobby's gonna meet him there.
Yeah. I'll start walking, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee along the way there. Just knowing that because it's Giorgio, I'm already starting to get a tension headache, so I'm preemptively rubbing my temples, grumbling down the street.
Campus is pretty busy this time of year. Running to her class, although not
Eleanor.
noticing the rest of the group, Eleanor McDonald waves at the two of you as you begin to pull up College Street.
I will adjust my tie.
All right. Sorry, I've done my callback due diligence. What happens next?
I probably would be standing somewhat in the open so Giorgio could see me in whatever contraption he's gonna pick me up in this week, because I don't know what it is technically. Just leaning, having a smoke.
Well, George is going to be pulling up in a telephone utility van, getting out, bright orange vest, name tag that says Ralph Sykes. In his hand, he's got a clipboard. And as he sees Bobby, he's like, Bobby. Hands the
Jesus
clipboard.
Christ, what's going on?
Well, it seems that cults are trying to take over farmland around Arkham, but that's not the pressing issue. I pull out my phone to show him the Reddit post.
Okay. So why we hold on, it's Giorgio. So what's our first move?
Well, I think if we can get into that professor's office.
Again?
Well, I was thinking you might have better luck than I did last time.
Yeah. Which yeah, I guess we could do that. So what do I need to do? Are you coming in with me?
Yeah, I guess I should. I'm taking off the vest, he just sort of throws it in the general direction of a garbage can. Don't want to be too conspicuous.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into let's start heading in towards the professor's tower.
You found the rooms of Professor Bridget O'Malley and Professor Declan O'Sullivan, and
Tragic fall.
I'm assuming you folks are gonna try and rifle through, right? And investigate a mystery.
Do a little snoopage. Yeah, see
Right,
if we can
so-
dig up any documents or anything that pop our.
Investigate a mystery is a sharp roll.
Okay. There we go.
Nice. So you're gonna be able to ask 2 questions. I'll let you. What do you want to know? What do you think you're gonna find here? Bear in mind too that it was Declan's. Declan died here on the university campus in a lecture hall too, and I'll include that area as part of your investigation. But you can ask one of the questions in Investigate a Mystery, or I'll even just let you ask a general question if you'd like.
Where's those questions from the Investigate a Mystery again? How do I access those?
So you can find them on your sheet. What you have to do is I'm going to click on Hunter Move References. So if you see at the top of your sheet,
Yeah.
there's like name, there's look, there's game options, and below that Hunter's Move Reference.
Yes.
So you should be able to click on the
Investigate a Mystery.
Yeah, if you click on that, there you go.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem.
I'm gonna go for the classic. What's being hidden? What is being concealed here? You know, looking for like envelopes taped to the bottoms of the desk, stuff like that sort of stuff. So what is being concealed here would be my first question.
What you found is there was a box, 2 boxes actually. One was a sort of tall maybe about a foot and a half tall, maybe about a foot wide box that clearly it's got a ring at the bottom of it that it clearly held some sort of potted plant or something. And in the other box you see is big. It was what would have held the staff, and they're both the same green color, and it just it's about the only thing that's like it wasn't immediately obvious. Otherwise, you're just finding research on in and around the staff or in and around plants and whatnot. They're both like studies of herbology and the supernatural ties. Was what Bridget O'Malley was into, and Declan was into more of like the magical mythologies and histories of Arkham.
Okay. I will relay the information that I have discovered through that to Giorgio. Let that roll around in his brain for a minute. Is he not? Nick, are you?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm here. I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's, I know this is a little bit of a thinker, but if you want to pass off to one of the to the other players, Mark, you can go right ahead. This would be a
It's
good spot
anybody's game. What
for me to think. So anybody can jump in here.
Yeah, who wants to go next?
Is there any likelihood that Arlie would have been able to make it into town for a walk
Of course.
and arrived in this vicinity?
You're talking about the Miskatonic University?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it's always nice to go see sites. University's a pretty cool landmark. Plus, they've got some rare books, especially of the kind bound in human skin. So yes. No. Oh my god. Sorry, my headset did something weird. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I could get there without it being like weird.
Ezekiel,
Yes, Father.
I think it's best you do a double batch of soup tonight. Do we have enough butter?
I'm not sure, Father. I can check the recipe. It is just chicken noodle soup, though.
Well, make sure we have enough provisions.
I will go to the store just to make sure.
And you'll be right back?
Provided no trouble finds me, you know how the world works, Father.
No. There is trouble here, and it has found us, Ezekiel. So you will come right back.
Of course, Father.
Just gives you like this knowing glare. You take out through the front door. We have we still have a hold, I think, for questions being asked if you folks want to ask. I think Arlie's showing up at about this moment.
Yeah, I got a
coincidentally.
hold. I do have that hold from Connect the Dots. Based on what I've known from Reddit and from the evidence that Bobby's was able to find, uh, can I discern when and where the next critical event will occur?
Damn, I love that ability.
Yes, you can. Let me
Gotcha.
just make 100% sure I know what I'm talking about before I answer you. It will be this one.
Snip it out, Georgie. Snip it out. Come on, boy. Snip it out. Come on. Who's a good boy?
Okay, yeah, you know. Okay, so George, you know. Okay, so the two names, right? They're O'Malley and O'Sullivan. They're old names in Arkham. They're very, very wealthy family. They have mansions, and there's 3 prominent mansions. And you just know that the next event, it must be at the McCullen Mansion, which is they're all these 3 mansions are pretty much on the same hill, just on the northern portions of Arkham, and so you just know it that it must be this. You triangulate all the coincidences, and your synapses fire, giving you this answer. Ezekiel, you just happen to be walking down the street around the same time as Arlie is, as if fate has, as if some keeper from from the beyond has come to push you all into the same area.
Nera Pendragon, is that you?
I dare you to find any other in my lake. How are you, dog of the Lord? Dog of the God. What is your life these days?
Well, it was going pretty good till I got tied up with a guy here in town goes by the name Bravado, and we needed some assistance on the last case we worked, and well, I'm slinging soup in the soup line, so maybe we could find something to liven it up a bit. I have Bobby's number. I can give him a call. And I'll pull out my phone and call Bobby, who is like 400 feet away from me inside of a building, and I don't know that.
And it's like, as soon as Arlie heard the name Bravado, it like looked like they stopped hearing everything after that. And just like for just a second, that unflinching smile dropped off of their face. And now they have their hands, like their gloved hands, poised on the pewter cat head on their walking stick, and they're just like watching him on his phone.
Oh,
Bravado, what are you doing?
Jesus Christ. What's going on, Ezekiel?
Nothing. Need some work. You got anything? You kind of owe me since you got me screwed the last time taking care of your little.
I know. I owe you one. I know that. I'm just chasing the dog right now. I'm letting him do his own thing. I'm at the university.
Where? I'm on the university.
Of course you are. What's Giorgio doing? What are you doing? Are you heading?
At this point, he's shouting out, "Rich Irish mansions! We gotta go to the..." What was that last name? Because it wasn't O'Sullivan or O'Malley. It was
The McCullen Mansion.
McCullen.
I'm like, did you catch that?
Yeah. We can meet you there if you want. I don't really. Do you need a ride?
No, I got my own ride. I'm just gonna turn the phone off right then and there.
Well, Nero, I got us a lead. You want to accompany me to the McCullough mansion? You can ride with me in my car.
The veil of contemplation kind of lifts from their face, and Neris gives us like nod and says, Very well. Something is determined that this must all happen if we're all here together. Show me the way.
All right, and we'll get in my G-Wagon and head to the McCullough mansion, unaware of Ralph Sykes being in the picture.
It's a really nice car. I have to say, it's a really, really nice car.
Fuck. Shut up. G-Wagon. We all know what the G stands for. Gooder than good.
Stands for God.
Alright, I'm done.
It's the God
Are you
wagon.
serious? Oh
God
my
wagon. It's the G
No,
wagon.
it's actually a Mercedes
I-
G-Wagon.
Okay. I was like, I hate you so much. Okay.
Okay, so there are 3 mansions. First mansion here. Second mansion. Okay, so we're going to the McCullen mansion. Down here. As you folks arrive, there's already police with police cars here with and they've got their sirens going, and there's an ambulance here as well, and they're taking somebody out and putting them into the ambulance, and there's people clearly people that work here as part of the house, and they're all crying, and the police are taking questions. So you folks kind of drive up and are looking on at the estate and the situation that's happening.
Can I investigate a mystery?
Well, what are you doing?
What do you mean by the question? I don't think I understand
Describe what
you
you're
mean.
doing.
Oh, well, we're still in the car, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I would like to investigate as far as my eye and intuition can tell based on what I can see here.
I've described the scene straightforwardly, but
Yeah.
you do
Maybe I'm
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
stay
no.
the
You
wrong move.
you
Okay.
have to get a little bit closer in order to
Okay.
discern it from this distance. As long as you get a little bit closer, I will let you investigate a mystery. Start
I'm
making
going
your
to-
way up the path for
I'm
the
gonna
yard.
parallel park.
from
Yeah, I'm
where
gonna
you
parallel
are.
park as close as I can. There you go.
Okay. Cause I first I was like, oh, read about the situation. I'm like, I don't want to go in or
Ezekiel's
out. Like
moved
that
his
doesn't
car
matter.
up as close as possible, and as you approach,
Okay.
you roll sharp, I believe, unless you have something else.
Yes. No, I will roll sharp. Here, this
And
one's
you're
right.
just sort of taking in the scene.
Yes. Please be sharp. Kind of sharp. Butternut sharp.
All right. Well, as you're getting closer, you can see that they've got a man who is covered in blood, and they've got him and they're putting him on the stretcher, and it looks really, really bad. Like he's pale white, and people are nearby and they're crying. What question did you want to ask?
What happened here?
You find out that just from listening and hearing the talk that Kieran McCullen he's like a chef, and he was experimenting with a new knife he'd gotten in his kitchen. And they have a really cool, really nice looking in-house kitchen here, and he the next thing you know, he was screaming and bleeding, and he's dying of exsanguination, many cuts, and nobody really knows exactly what happened.
Oh dear.
I'll get out of the vehicle. Come on, Nira. We're not gonna get a good look from here.
There's obviously some police about, and you can see Lieutenant Detective Sebastian Black. and he's taking notes and looking about, and there we
are. Is this the same lieutenant I interacted with last time, Mark, or is it a different one?
It's the same one.
Okay. Lieutenant. Good to see you.
He's like, Father, I suppose you're here to help pray. He says,
I am.
He motions towards the ambulance as they like begin to like pull away. He's like, well, I'm not gonna lie, they're very shaken up, but I'm gonna ask that you stay off the premises and don't interfere with the investigation. You and the rest of your cohorts. He motions back. What is Bobby and Ralph Sykes doing currently?
Sorry, I'm like, who the fuck is
Probably
Ralph?
walking up because that was the name tag that I had on.
Yeah, I remembered now, and just when Mark said it.
Yeah, probably
Fuck.
just walking up now because I would have parked further back in the in that phone van.
All right. So Sebastian Black's kind of police taping right between you and the scene there, Ezekiel. Arlie, you're in tow, and Ralph and Bobby are approaching. We had the third death here now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go to the title card, because this is case 4. Titled Cloverfield. And on that note, let's give me a 10-minute break. When I come back, we'll have 1 hour to see how far we can blow this case open.
Yeah! Oh my god. Okay. Excited.
Just then, the strangest thing happens. You folks see off in the distance, driving towards you at a fast speed, is a very expensive looking car, and it's obviously coming here with a sense of urgency that you know, probably wouldn't necessarily think to be unexpected as it's speeding towards you. However, it comes driving in, and as he approaches, it's as if he sees something in the road ahead of him that isn't there, and because he kind of like screams, and the way the vehicle reacts, and he turns to try and swerve out of the way, well, that kind of makes him go off the side of the road, which is a bit of an incline. He goes flying down, the car goes smashing into a tree, he goes flying out the window, and you could see he must have broken his arms and stuff. It looks really bad. He looks mangled in the trees there on the way in. The car is totally wrecked. People are screaming. They're repeatedly yelling, and pandemonium begins to ensue once again.
Mark, I want to read a bad situation.
Sounds good to me. That's cool.
It's my go-to move.
Well, it's definitely a bad situation.
Yeah, that's a cool roll. Let me get to it on my page. Where is it? Cool. There it is.
I also want to point out, you're not sure he's dead yet, Ezekiel. You just...
Oh, no.
It looks like...
I got a mark of experience.
Okay, well, mark experience. And I get to make another move. Oh my gosh. Okay, so which one's that? Okay. So I'm gonna say meanwhile. Yes, meanwhile. Let's see, it's elsewhere in Arkham.
Music is not helping the situation in my head right now.
So just give me one moment here. It's going to be him. So meanwhile, in the Arkham Library, just across the road from the Arkham Miskatonic University main campus area, Sean O'Malley, engrossed in a book that he has recently uncovered on local folklore, is engrossed in its reading. When he manages to finally translate the manuscript that was sent to him, the book flashes and he screams, and Sean O'Malley is never seen again. But meanwhile, back to you folks. People are screaming and crying as you realize that this is actually one of the McCullen family.
Well,
This-
I screwed up that role. I want to, since I am also basically the medic, I want to roll over and I want to run over to him and do first aid on him while everyone else figures out what's going on.
That makes sense. Yeah. You run over. You realize he is. There's still like a weak pulse, so you could probably say.
Yeah.
That. All right, that's great.
I think that's a cool roll for me too. Let me double
I
check.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Cool. Okay.
Is the man that was involved in the accident conscious or not?
He's
stable now.
unconscious. Yeah. He's. Oh, thank goodness. Ezekiel's saved his life. People are cheering at this point.
Let me double
Patting you on
check.
the back. Even Sebastian Black, looking off across the police tape, seems to be impressed.
And I don't know if he has harm, but he's healed 2 harm. So he's stabilized and healed of 2 harm.
Okay. So you know what? I'll say you even kind of get him conscious again.
Sir, are you with me?
Yeah.
What happened? Bobby, Nira, you're better at talking to people. Come over here.
Nira sort of comes over and lingers, looking down at the man like some kind of interesting insect, sort of devoid of any empathy, with a little smile. But still asks, "Do you want to live?"
Yeah. Of course I do.
Is it something you truly, truly desire? Is to live?
Please.
I'm going to immediately
No.
shoot. I'm going to shoot a piercing glare over my shoulder as I'm kneeling down over him at Nira.
Jesus Christ.
Nira's like, scoffs at him and says, "Do you think your human medics can get here any faster? And whether they can, would it really help him?" "My good man." Now Nira takes a knee next to him on the opposite side of him from Ezekiel and says, "Is it truly your dearest desire to live? I can grant that to you if you only name what the price is that you would pay for it."
Arlie, just so you know, Ezekiel has removed his harm and, patched him up,
Yeah.
right?
But I thought he sounds like he's still weak, so I guess I
He's
misread
still
the
hurt.
situation.
He just got smashed out of a tree. He's probably got couple broken arms. Or his arm
Okay,
broken
well,
in
I
a
mean,
couple
that's...
spots.
Okay, I didn't misread it. Arlie's definitely going on the assumption that this guy is terrified, in pain, and is easy to negotiate with.
Are you trying to roll manipulate someone?
I don't know. This is my move called negligible price, so I don't know what that would entail. I could definitely roll that. Oh.
Okay, I'll just say that looking at your move there, uh, he reveals a secret, which will
Yeah.
uh, I think it must have been a trick. I swerved out of the way of the childhood dog, but he's been gone.
Can Arlie ask questions, or is that
Yeah. What are you folks
okay?
doing next?
Whose dog
If
was it?
My dog, but it's been dead for years. But I couldn't help but swerve out of the way, and it's like something was playing tricks on my mind. And he's like, somebody comes up and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Kieran." It's like, I'm so sorry about your brother." And he's like, "No." And some people, you hear them saying, "Oh, it's like that makes him the last one left." Somebody says in the background.
May I please investigate a mystery?
What are you What are you doing?
Well,
As well,
sorry,
we can throw it out to the other hunters too. What are you
yeah.
folks doing?
okay, I didn't want to interrupt. So I was gonna start making a beeline towards Sebastian Black, and as I pass Giorgio, I'm gonna be like, "You stepped into some deep shit this time," and I'm gonna walk towards Detective Black, lighting a cigarette, and I'm going to when he makes eye contact with me, I'm just gonna shake my head and I'm gonna be like, your day just got goddamn weirder. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I want to. Can I do an investigate a mystery by asking him questions?
Yep. Roll sharp.
I do have an ability,
Mhm.
like, would he be a suspect? So, like, there's
No.
just,
Do you
I have that
suspect?
just one more thing.
Do you suspect he's involved?
Okay, that'd be way. I don't expect him to be involved, but I will just investigate a mystery.
Sure.
So that is a what, sharp?
Mhm.
Correct?
All right. I think that gives you one question to ask there.
So I want to ask him what happened here. Give me the deets.
Oh, he says, Kieran. Kieran was. He's a great chef. Excellent knife skills. But I guess he cut himself multiple times really badly. Not sure how.
Was he freaked out or anything?
He says, one of the people nearby is like, he's been freaked out ever since he got that knife sent to him.
What knife?
Knife sent to him the other day. Came in a little green box, he says. George, I wanted to get from you.
Okay.
Are you listening to this?
Yep.
Okay, so how are you reacting?
I'm gonna step because I was just sort of step behind Bobby, taking it all in.
All right.
How? Sent from who?
They kind of shrug. It was just left here.
Where is the knife now?
Sebastian Black, he's like, I have it in evidence currently.
God damn it. You gotta let me see that knife.
He's like, I have some pictures.
Give him here.
Pulls his phone out and he swipes through. And he's like, and then he like holds it up. He's like, wait a second, you're not with the Force anymore, Bobby. He kind of gives you a wag of the finger.
I'm gonna be like, okay, there. Like I said, your day just got a hell of a lot weirder. I'm the only one who's gonna be able to help you on this, and you know it.
All right, sounds like you're going to roll manipulate somebody.
That's fine.
Is that charm?
What is that? Is that charm?
I think so.
Okay. And I will roll my charm.
He's like, all right, I'll let you in on this. He says, but he says, I'll let you in there. He's like, but you can't stay long. You got to get out before any of the rest of the family comes back. He says, but
I'm gonna
go
turn
ahead
and look
check
at
out the mansion.
Giorgio. I'm gonna turn and look at Giorgio, and I'm like, sick him, boy.
Kind of pulls up the yellow tape as if you and the rest of the hunters can enter.
Ah, George. Good to see you. What name are you going by now?
George. Who's George? I'm Ralph.
Ah, yes.
How's the
Very
cult
good.
going, Zeke? As going under the tape, I'm gonna turn and ask the officer. Do you happen to know how the McCullen family made their fortune?
He's like, you might find some answers inside.
Bless you, Detective. Thank you.
Shrug and follow Bobby.
All right.
Also, it's not a cult. It's the church.
The most obvious thing that's on display in the grand hall entrance in a glass case is an old journal, currently old, very old, but it's currently left open, and it has July 17th, 1712 on one page, and on the other page July 18th, 1712. The house itself, as well, is open, but it's massive. There's many rooms. It just keeps sprawling. There's multiple kitchens, and including the crime scene kitchen where there's blood still everywhere, dried and caked all across the place. The journal entry might just answer your question. The first page
Ooh, the written
reads,
word.
The sun was a golden orb sinking low in the western sky, causing hues of rose and amber across verdant fields. Just upon this eve, a most peculiar event unfolded, one that has etched itself into the annals of our lives. Finnegan, Maeve, and I, drawn by the ethereal allure of the celestial phenomenon, embarked on a journey that would weave the threads of our destinies in a way unforeseen. As we traveled the countryside, the heavens bestowed upon us a rare gift, an arched spectrum of colors, a celestial ribbon, a rainbow. It beckoned us, its origin obscured by trees and distant hills. An unspoken understanding passed between us, kindred spirits, venturing into the unknown, chasing the mirage of treasures said to await those who dared to seek it. The fields we traversed were alive with the hum of nature, a melody of crickets, and the soft rustle of leaves bidding us welcome. The rainbow's end drew nigh, and there, beneath a canopy of clover, lay a pot of gold. Not the fanciful tales of folklore, but a tangible vessel filled with shimmering coins and trinkets, bathed with the reflective light of the fading day. Our hearts quickened. Our eyes beheld a scene that surpassed the wildest dreams of any storyteller. In our hands we held the key to fortunes untold, a prize concealed by the elusive leprechaun's cunning. Laughter and jubilation echoed through the clover grove as we marveled at the inexplicable wealth that lay before us. The next day reads as follows. The morn dawned with a strange and lingering unease, a subtle shift in the atmosphere that eluded reason. I, Liam McKellen, ventured once more into the clover grove, drawn by an invisible force, a foreboding whisper on the breeze. My names led me to a very spot where a joyous discovery transpired. There, amidst the clovers and the residues of yesterday's merriment, I perceived a figure, a slight stature yet radiant with an otherworldly glow. A leprechaun, clad in shades of emerald and gold, appeared before me, its eyes ablaze with a mixture of mirth and fury. Ye who have disturbed me hoard, spoke the leprechaun, in a voice of melodic symphony and a haunting undercurrent. Curse be upon thee and thy kin. The stolen gold binds ye in a change of vengeance. Break it, and break it soon, or face the wrath of the leprechaun's scorn. Its warning resonated through the grove, leaving me in a state of both awe and trepidation. The leprechaun vanished like morning dew in the sun, leaving naught but a lingering sense of magic and the weight of an ancient currents upon our unwitting shoulders. Thus the tale unfolds, the threads of our destiny woven by the loom of a rainbow-chased evening. As we navigate the labyrinth of curses and fortune, may the echoes of this journal entry guide those who follow in our footsteps.
So, leprechauns.
Anyone got a 4-leaf clover?
I can check the car. I think I got some iron in there.
So, that's both of those ideas are horrible and racist in that order.
Okay, Nira, I'm sure you can appreciate there is a thing called lore for a reason. That doesn't make it racist.
Textually, I think
refuse
it'd
to
be
dignify that with
specious.
a response. What is
Yes,
that?
I do believe you're right.
Guys,
Specious.
fucking. The hell's going on?
A leprechaun, Bobby.
Okay,
Oh,
Mark, is this leprechaun, is this classified as a monster? Yes, or in this context?
It is a monster, yes. Now,
Okay,
I would
I
like
would
to
like
also
to-
point out that you could still roll sharp if anybody wants to roll sharp to roll investigate a mystery and actually get
I would
some
like
real
to.
answers, because
I would like to.
you know you might not want to make too many assumptions, but you can
Yes.
assume it's a monster. That's fair. Yeah, more than fair.
Yes.
I got an 11.
All right, so I guess you let you ask 2 of those questions there, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir. Let me pull them back up. My computer freaked out, so I had to close everything out.
Can I make a roll, Mark, to investigate a mystery as well?
Yep. Just checking out the house and reading what you read. I believe you were entitled to that. Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to roll for monster empathy when I get a chance.
That's charm, right?
Yes.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I tried to read everybody's moves, this time. So I.
Yay, so charming.
So what does it say?
So I just had to tab back to it. When you try to work out what a supernatural creature desires, on a 10, hold 2. You can spend your hold to ask the following questions. So, I would like to know, what does it most desire?
Revenge.
What would it accept as good enough for now?
All it's gold.
Okay. Damn it. What would distract it?
And what would distract it?
Yeah.
I think portion of its gold would definitely get its attention distracted, I think. All right, we also have other people asking questions.
Yeah, I want to pull out my bestiary and, as a part of my investigation, see what can hurt it.
Let me change this. Bestiary, and you're checking out what can hurt it. Okay, so yeah, you're checking up like leprechauns and seeing what its weakness is against. There's two things in your book. One is holy water, the other is four-leaf clovers.
Okay. Good thing I can consecrate some water. And then I'll go ahead and use my other question. Where did it go? Can I find a path or like find some kind of trail?
Yep, you see a trail of clovers leading into the nearby forest. There you go.
All right,
nice
cool.
Misty forest with a trail
I
leading
will-
off to it.
I will point that out, and then I will go find some water to bless while everyone else does what they need to do.
So Marcus, I got a 12 on my investigative mystery.
Yes, so what questions are you asking?
I would like to ask in the am I entitled to let me see. I want the crime scene where the actual death happened. I want to ask what happened here. I want to know the
Blood spatter patterns indicate the fact that he was clearly flailing about with the knife in his hand, flailing wildly. Some of the pictures of the laceration wounds indicate defensive wounds, but oddly enough, triangulated against himself, blocking his own attacks from the knife, as if, well, hallucinating or driven to some sort of madness.
what can I determine
though, time and time again.
Can I determine what height? Can I determine what height he was slashing at?
He was slashing himself.
Oh, he's just full out slashing
himself.
Okay.
Defensive wounds against himself.
Okay.
Slashing
Full
at
out.
himself as if in some sort of odd stage of, clearly out of his mind.
No, I got you. Now, can I ask my second? Because I get two. Can I ask my what is being concealed here, but not necessarily in the in the crime scene? Like, what's being concealed here in the house?
Find a secret entrance to their basement where they still have a pot of gold.
Okay. All right. So what's the mechanism? What is it? Like a door?
Yeah, it's probably got a probably like a pretty modern electronic safe button code.
So I'm gonna press the button, and as the door swings open, I'm gonna be like, "Bingo!" And I'm going to indicate to the others that there is a pot of gold downstairs.
Well, we should probably get that. According to my notes, that's one of the things that can quell it.
Yeah, but wouldn't it have taken it? It was just here.
Nothing indicates that the leprechaun was here.
Oh. Yeah, there's something else. There's something that we're missing here. There's something else going on.
Well, I found a trail to the woods, Mr. Bravado. Why don't we grab that gold and head on out there?
Okay, in
What do
order
you-
to leave the place with the gold,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to act under pressure.
Okay.
Okay, so Bobby Bravado is
'Cause
not
Sebastian
cool,
Black, obviously, and the
so
rest of the police don't want you just taking,
Yeah.
well, stealing, like, quite frankly.
and I wanted to ask Pendragon
Hmm?
if do I have those pictures of the knife? Did the Sebastian Black ever
Sure,
give you
yeah,
those
yep,
pictures?
yep, you should, yep.
He did. So I want to ask. Excuse me. I want to. Fuck's sake. Sorry.
These look weird to you?
As in the photos, just so I'm clear.
Sorry. What?
Like, as in the photos of the knife?
Yes. Yes. I'm indicating.
Okay.
Sorry. I have the phone. Yeah.
Okay. What can I do about this?
Don't know if you can make some sort of a roll to
Uh,
if they're
Yeah, I'm just trying
magically
to think
imbued or like. Oh well, that's a
Uh,
fucking rune, and that means this. Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm looking. I feel like maybe use magic, or it's not like if I investigate a mystery, it's basically you know what? It's not like it's a magic roll for me though. If what is? Hang on, what is this? More flexible investigations. This is different. What is this?
Yeah, we're not using that yet.
Okay. Geez. I guess. Hang on a second.
You're
Let me
just
read
looking
this.
at the knife, right?
Yeah,
just, you
on
know,
the phone. Yeah. Okay.
We've got 15 minutes left, so let me just quickly say that there's something kind of magical looking about the knife, and we can keep going.
Okay.
Cool.
So let's go with Ezekiel's plan, I think, and go to that trail.
Yeah, I'll attempt to act under pressure if anybody wants to help me, but I'll attempt to act under pressure
I can help.
to grab the gold because it's a cool roll. So I'll do that.
Well, I got an idea.
Okay,
might not be-
let's hear it.
We,
Yep,
we might
I
not
want to
get
hear
all
why
the
you-
gold, right? Well, look, you with your whole churchy thing can take water and turn it like holy. I'm making air quotes when I say holy. And we don't need all the gold, right? Like maybe like a couple of handfuls in a pocket. We lead this thing back here where you've like, I don't know, blessed the sink, and we put the rest of the gold in the sink. It'll want to go for the gold, won't it?
I thought there was no evidence of the leprechaun having been here.
Yeah.
There's something else. It's something else at play. Leprechaun
Something else
is
going on. Something big.
notwithstanding these events.
Well, we do know that leprechauns are tricksters. Ralph, is it? That's what you're going by now? I think your plan can work. Y'all grab some gold, put it in your pockets, and we can lay a trap. I'll go ahead and bless some water in the bathtub, and we'll see if we can draw it out. And if it is the cause of the problem, we'll take
We
care
don't
of
have
it.
time for this. We can't set a trap. We can't we can't stand here forever. There's places still surrounded. We're in an active crime scene. We can't just set a trap. We have to get the fuck out of here.
All right, here's my cool roll for acting under pressure. Yeah, I'm gonna need some help. Probably, gonna need some help.
I can also roll cool to help. I am
Yep, I think it's cool
Oh.
to help out, right?
Isn't it? I think it
I
is.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to help
Okay.
out.
I hope. Yeah, it is cool to help out. That's right. Haha. Oh my god, please be cool enough. No! Oh, okay, well. It's over 7.
So that puts it to
I helped
7.
a
So
bit.
2. So you're in the same boat as Ezekiel. As I'm gonna
I'm a
say
helper.
that you can get away, but Sebastian Black is gonna notice somehow.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought.
So he's gonna. He doesn't notice right away, but later on, he's going there. He's going to be checking the videos, tapes, and he's going to see you clearly taking some of the gold and leaving. But that's just something we'll just
No.
we'll come back to at a later time and date. Where are you folks going from here?
I'd say we're following the Clover Trail, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll pass out a vial of holy water to everyone except Mira because I'm not sure how they'll react to it.
Yes. No, thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Figured. Got one here if you want it.
I don't.
Oh fuck, that's cool.
Clovers lay a clear path and trail that takes you up deep into the forested hills. I am going to do a move and I'm trying to decide here. I think I'm gonna have Arlie. You somehow get turned around in the woods and get separated and lost. Although you are still following the trail of clovers.
I love that.
Obviously the other group is going to notice that. What do you folks do?
I just want to point out that Arlie probably has the actual arrogance to be like blaming them for getting lost and separated instead of thinking like, oh, maybe I'm the problem, or like, seeing it from their individual perspective. So yeah, just want to carve out that mental image for everybody because like it's funny. What? You're that quiet? And you like notice you've noticed that I'm gone and you're that quiet. Wow, thanks. Wow. Don't think.
Oh,
Do you
Bravado.
think
Bravado.
Leprechaun got her?
Yeah, maybe. But we were all following the same trail. Did anyone see the trail split where they could have thought that? Weren't we all on the same trail?
Yeah, we were. Some weird shit's going on here.
Let's double back real quick and see if there's somewhere that they could have gotten lost. Otherwise, we need to keep pushing and hope that they find us.
So do you keep pushing or do you double back? Or do you split
I
up?
vote double back.
We're not
We can
splitting
split
up.
up.
We're not splitting up.
Well, technically, we're already split, so it's not like I'm making the decision to split the party. We're already split.
Bad idea. Well, I say I say we double back. We can't just fucking leave her in the fucking woods here. So, my vote is we should double back.
What do you say, George?
I'm not going to stay here alone.
Yeah.
All right, we're doubling. Let's double back.
All right.
Can I read a bad situation while we're doing that?
You most certainly can.
That's a cool roll. God, I suck tonight. So, Mark, my question is, I have to ask. I've already filled up my little experience. Does that add it on, or is that just a lost experience?
It's just yeah, we're not going to add any further at this
Got it.
point.
Just
So,
got it. All right.
and you'll level up at the end of the session.
Got
And that being said, that's a miss, right? So Ezekiel.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say Ezekiel now gets separated, and
hey.
it's just Bobby and Ralph at this point. Ezekiel, you're still on the trail. Arlie,
Yes.
are you continuing down the trail?
Well, obviously, Arlie's like probably the impression that they are going exactly the right direction, and in fact,
You
you
found
know,
a door
okay,
in the middle of the. There we go. In the middle of the forest, and there's a big sheer wall that kind of came out of nowhere. And the door is ahead of you, and no sign of the others, though. What do you do?
okay.
We have
Okay.
7 minutes
Yeah.
left, I'd like to point out as well.
I would like to read a bad situation because yeah.
Roll.
So I shall. Hang on a second. Sharp. Okay. Please be pointy. No. Not pointy. Damn
Alright,
it.
so you're marking experience,
Yes, I sure am.
and you're not sure how it happens, but because like you're just sort of standing there looking around, but you take a step, and it's not on solid ground, and you end up falling and tumbling over and ending up.
In the back rooms? Oh my god. Sorry.
You fall into this strange hallway, completely lost in it. Now, you've taken 2 harm at this point, and you also can see the silhouette of a top-headed figure, the end of the hallway just ahead of you. Meanwhile, Ezekiel, you got yourself nice and lost. Ralph and Bobby, you folks are following the trail of clovers. Where do you go and what do you do?
I'm going to read a bad situation.
Okay.
I got mixed success. They're gonna hold 1, so my best. What's my best? If I ask what's my best way in, can I ask what's my best way in to get to the end of the path? Like, can I figure out what's going on here with the fucking teleportation and getting lost and like?
Yeah, you follow this trail. You're sure it's the main way, and as long as you stay on this trail and you don't deviate and don't fall for any of the illusions. So you and George, aka Ralph, get a +1 on your act under pressure roll that I'm going to need you to roll to get through to the place I've called the Leprechaun's Lair.
So do we each make that, or is one of us making it and the other helping?
One of you, yep. And somebody can help out if they like, but...
What is your cool?
Oh, I'm not cool.
I'm not.
You know
cool
George.
At all
You know
either.
George isn't cool.
So it's literally dice roll. So I'll do it, I guess. I'll go with the old bravado charm. I get a +1. Here we go.
and I'll try and help.
I got mixed success.
We got 1, okay. So it gives you a +1, but also exposes us to trouble or danger.
I'm putting him at an 8. All right. So you're gonna find it. You two are gonna find it. However, the bad news is it's gonna get the drop on you. And as the two of you push your way into
What is that?
into the lair, they're standing at a hole, staring at you, turning
Jesus
around,
Christ!
kind of almost made of the very vegetation that's grown around it, seemingly a thing of the earth, with glowing red eyes and a magical emerald green like aura of magical energy. A short, top-hatted fellow turns about with his beard, pipe in hand. He's wearing clothes of the 1700s, and he's got the drop on you. So, what he's done, Bobby, is he zapped you with his green bolt of magic, and it's like kind of frozen you in its magical hold. So you are going to be immobilized, and you're going to take 2 harm.
Okay.
And
Okay.
George, you're gonna see the weirdest thing. You're gonna see that there is, scraped into the wall just ahead of you, is something very close to the corkboard you've been working on at home. Something that connects all the conspiracies together in the most elegant way possible. You just can't take your eyes off of it, George. You just literally can't take your eyes off of it unless you act under pressure.
Jesus Christ!
Did you see it?
Yep. What do you folks do?
Where's that fucking thing?
I'm gonna try and act under pressure. Otherwise, could you not see it?
Yeah. What do you want
not
to
see
do?
how it's connecting?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and do not look at it.
Yeah, even just okay. So you're trying to not look at it, and that's the only thing you're gonna try and do. Okay, roll act under
Well, I
pressure.
want to. Well, if possible, I'd like to try and talk to this green fellow, see if I can't manipulate him. But I assume I'd have to act under pressure
You can't
first.
manipulate a monster unless you have a special move. Then maybe.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm fucking shooting it.
All right, so I'm gonna try and not look at that thing, so I can throw that vial of holy water at this green guy.
All right, love it. Act under pressure. Turn. You got your holy water. You just have to look away. This is an interesting one. I'm gonna say you're gonna get the shot off, Ralph. However, you're gonna fall into this immobilizing beam of magic and be immobilized as well. However, you hit it with the holy water. It breaks, and you can see it sizzling and crackling. He's like, "Oh, that hurts! That hurts!" He's like, "Oh!" And it's kind of like melting him and burning his face as he screams. And you've looked away from the illusion, so it no longer has effect on you. However, you take 2 harm and are immobilized as well as Bobby.
Bobby's
Out
gonna
of
kick
curiosity,
some ass.
Does the harm that we've taken in our previous game heal between sessions?
Yeah,
or is
sorry,
that
you would have started fully.
Oh, okay.
Without any
Okay.
harm, although your luck stays, obviously.
Okay.
So meanwhile, back at the Trail of Clovers, you thought you heard something cry ahead of you there, Ezekiel.
Yeah, I'll immediately book it as fast as I can to the noise.
Okay, so roll act under pressure.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Alright. And in the Hall of Clovers, currently staring at an illusionary copy of yourself, Arlie, what do you do?
Wait, I am staring at an illusionary copy of myself?
Yep. So identical you don't even know which one's the real you.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I would like to read a bad situation.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
I will do that. Just one sec. Please be pointy. Okay, so my question is what's most vulnerable to me?
Like, only one thing here as far as you can see, and that's you.
Damn it.
Meanwhile, Ezekiel. Oops. Ezekiel, you come running in. You can see Bobby and George currently are immobilized. They can't move. And the magical beam shooting from the hand of the leprechaun, it turns towards you and starts waving its hand around, and green magical energies glowing in his other hand. What do you do?
Looks like I showed up to the party in time, huh, boys? And I will.
Shoot this fucking thing.
I'll swing out my assault rifle from under my coat and kick some ass.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, nice. So you get to pick one of those extra effects, right?
Yeah. So that's 3 harm.
He's gonna do 2 magical harm. Now, magical harm goes through your armor.
Okay. So I will do. I'm gonna inflict terrible harm on them and do 4 instead of 3 harm.
4 harm. It's been hit, so it's kind of weakened. As it's now been hit with the holy water. You've shot it a bunch of times, and it's leaking green blood from the side of it. It's, however, done 2 harm to you and kind of held you up and mobilized, kind of lifting you up off the ground. Bobby, I've been hearing you saying I'm going to shoot this thing, so
Yeah.
you blast your gun, held forward, and just squeeze your trigger. You want to kick some ass?
Yeah, where's the... There we go. Oh my god. I did not.
So you're going to mark experience, Bobby, right?
Yeah.
You're going to turn, and you do... How much harm does it do? 3?
3.
Turn to the leprechaun and shoot. You blast the leprechaun right in the chest. And then you shake your head in horror and realize you just shot George in the chest. George, you're taking 3 harm. So you're now
Bobby,
gonna
what are you
be...
doing?
You're gonna have taken
What
enough
the
harm too
fuck?
that you're injured, Ralph. So there's... You can take extra harm when you take harm, and you get a -1 on your rolls going forward. And I think the time is up. So it's at this point that the leprechaun gives you one last. You found me lair, but I'll be finding you and yours later. And he disappears as quickly as he came.
Time's up. Can I try to stabilize George real quick?
You run over with magic, releasing Bobby and Ralph. Yep. And just in this
Alright,
moment,
it's
too, the Hall of Clovers, your twin disappears there, Arlie, and you find yourself not far away, like deceptively close, in fact, to where the rest of the group is.
Okay, so I gotta start kind of making my way over there.
I'm afraid this is all the time we have for tonight, folks.